Good morning. I'm Mark Yegi. Welcome to the Daily Dash. And today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the market and a lot of bit about Nvidia. So U.S. stock futures are up a bit this morning. S&P 500 is up. Nasdaq is climbing ahead of key earnings. And that is coming basically from Nvidia. Everything kind of hinges on Nvidia today. So the market's kind of waiting with bated breath to see what's going to happen in Nvidia. European equities are rallying. The stock 600 hit a record high with financials leading. And optimism about AI integration into traditional sectors is helping sentiment. So that's pretty telling that the European market, which is a few hours ahead of us, is up, and that's a lot of why we're up. There has been a depression in some software stocks lately. So if you've looked at Microsoft or some of the SaaS software as a services companies, those were all in the news in the last couple of weeks because they're being threatened by AI. AI, basically, you can tell it, hey, look, I want to do this, that, and the other thing, and it will write the software for you, which puts companies that are in the software business in jeopardy. And they haven't had that kind of a challenge in 30 years. So those stocks are all tumbling. But, like everything, what goes down must come up. And so they're rebounding a little bit today. We'll have to keep an eye and see how those are working out. Bond yields are rising, which means bonds are coming down. And so as yields go up, bonds come down, and that is putting pressure on the bond markets, et cetera. And you know what? You know me, I'm not a big fan of the bond market these days. Oil is at a multi-month high, and that is because of there's an issue going on in Iran. There's some stuff burbling in Venezuela. We got some stuff in Cuba. There's all kinds of geopolitical risk right now. And so oil goes up. Hard assets generally go up when those things are happening, especially in oil. Let's get to Nvidia now. Now, Nvidia has earnings tonight, which I'll talk about in just a second about how you should position, or you may want to consider your positioning, because this is the time that it's risky. I would say there's 4 days a year where you have the most amount of risk, but you also have the most amount of opportunity to control that risk. And so we write covered calls on stocks, and we don't take risks during earnings period. Why? Because you never know what's going to happen when earnings are reported. They could be the greatest things ever and the stock goes down, or they could be the worst thing ever and the stock goes up. You just don't know what to expect because it's also secretive. But analysts are expecting roughly 65.6 to 66 billion in revenue. Consensus estimates have been revised higher recently amid strong demand signals. Look, they have these chips called Blackwell chips. There's several other chips that Nvidia has, which are basically state of the art, and you can't get them anywhere else. And essentially, they're all sold out. And so when you get a company like this that is just knocking it out of the park constantly, that might be already priced into the stock. I'm going to show you the stock chart in just a second. But is that already priced? Does the street already think it's already, it's already at this price because it's fully valued with all of those pieces of news in there? I don't know. AI infrastructure demand continues to be the core growth drivers. Their advanced GPUs continue to be central to their cloud and data center spending on generative and predictive AI. I mean, you know that AI is the news right now, right? I'm using tons of different AI, having some fun with the avatars and using it to help me, build business and do other things. AI is front and center, and people are afraid of it, and you shouldn't be afraid of it. You should just learn how to use it so you can be better. Product and architecture cycle is the next headline, and that is the transition from the Blackwells to the next gen architectures. One of them is called Vera Rubin, and there's a lot of momentum, especially in the energy and the data center infrastructure plays. So I don't know if Nvidia will, be fully valued based on what they have. Here's what you got to look for. The risks are the guidance. We figure they're going to probably do 66 billion. I think they'll probably do 70 billion, but it doesn't matter what I think. We'll see what happens. But they're just doing business so well that it's almost like they're priced to perfection. So you got to watch out for that. What are some geopolitical factors? Well, China is one. If they can get approval to sell more in China, the stock is going to be going higher. So if they guide that China is going to be part of their future and a bigger part of their future, then you can look for the stock to maybe go up. Bottom line is, if they've been priced to perfection, it's what they say about their earnings that's going to matter, right? If they say it's going to be better in the next quarter or 2 quarters from now, you'll see the stock maybe move accordingly. So AI has some spending sustainability concerns, like if there's all these chips and if there's a shortage of energy, here's a theory, right? If there's a shortage of energy, that means those chips will be sitting on the shelves unused. So people will quit, ordering them and may pull back their orders. That may hurt Nvidia, and that may hurt in their guidance going forward. So you've got to watch out for that. There are the competitive pressures in the business. There's competition from RAM. There's competition from other chips, other GPUs, graphical processing units. So, it's not all that NVIDIA is this great company and it's going to beat earnings. It probably will. It's what they say after it that's going to affect things. So you're going to see a lot of volatility in the stock today. So I want to look at the chart. I'm going to point you to this area here. Now, this is an area where NVIDIA is essentially kind of stuck, right? This has been the high of 212. It's not anywhere near that high of 212 right now. It's about 10% away from it. And that was back in October. Well, since October, you would think that this company that's just killing it would be, going up even higher. But it hit a high of 212.19, and it basically came all the way down to the 169 level. And it hasn't really been able to do much since. It's just kind of hovering around the 50-day moving average, which is this red line, and basically going sideways. Now, if you're a covered call writer like we teach in our programs, you're basically writing calls against NVIDIA. It could go up, down, or sideways, and there's a good amount of juice in NVIDIA, so you're collecting 1 or 2% a week as you wait for the stock to make its move. That doesn't mean you take chances going into tonight because, the risk, of course, in covered calls is to the downside. If it goes up, we're happy with that because we make our max profit on the trade because we're in this for income. But if it goes down, now your value of your account could go down. So you've got to be, in my opinion, very deep in the money or sitting in cash waiting for NVIDIA to report, and then you can go back in a couple of days if you really want to have a piece of this stock. But you don't know it, and I don't know it, whether this stock is going up tomorrow or not. I could just tell you that, it could go pretty big either way. So anyway, let me wrap up today's report by saying, be careful on NVIDIA tonight. There's a lot of good things going on in the market. That's why we're sitting here at all-time highs. And if you want to just look at the SPY, that's a pretty good indicator of what's going on. That's the S&P 500 ETF. And you can see, it just came off a recent high a couple of weeks ago at 697, and it's at 689 this morning. So it's bumping up into these all-time highs because AI is making things more efficient. They are getting rid of people's jobs already, but it's not really hitting yet. But AI is making the people that are existing in the current job to perform better. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. The economy seems to be doing very, very well, and that's why we're at all-time highs. Could it change? Yeah, it could change. But this has been an almost 3-month green market in our system. So listen, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Oh, by the way, we have an event coming up in April, and I just announced it a couple of days ago informally. I did like a little soft announcement, and people are buying tickets. The deal is it's in Arizona, April 17th through the 19th. It's a 3-day event. It's a lot of fun. It's basically a more intimate event than our traditional events where we're not going to have hundreds of people. We're going to have dozens of people. We are limited to our seating, so we have a few early bird seats left still, but we sold a bunch out already. I think we have 11 seats left on the early birds, and then we're going to raise the price. So if you want to get in, come to Arizona during a really fun time of year in April when things are starting to warm up. If you're freezing right now, get it on your calendar. We're going to have a good time. It's called the Strategy Room, and it's a wealth Accelerator live event, but it's a strategy room. So we're going to go deep into networking. With like-minded traders, we're going to go deep into strategies for creating income out of the market. And there are hotel rooms that are at the hotel that are going fast. So you got to not just sign up for the seats that are going fast, but you got to make sure you get your room because it's not a gigantic hotel. But it is nice. There's a golf course there. There's it's a beautiful pool there and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to come and make a thing of it, love to see you there and love to meet you in person if I haven't already. So anyway, we'll leave it there and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Links are below, by the way, on that. The information you just heard is for education and information. This is not financial advice.